Getting vaccinated and wearing masks have become contentious issues, but there are those whose health and well-being depend entirely on others wearing masks and getting vaccinated. That's a story for one Central Texas woman who says she fears the worst when it comes to the pandemic.
Johns Hopkins.
Elizabeth Whitley is a mom, a wife, and as of 2018, a kidney transplant patient. And since then, life hasn't been easy.
After I got my kidney transplant, I had to take medications to basically, prevent my body from rejecting the kidney.
To that end, she's now required to take a cocktail of 3 pills for the rest of her life.
There are typically 3 that they use, and they're very small pills, but it's amazing how powerful they are and how much 3 little pills can make or break your life. It basically is a lifeline medicine. If I don't have them, very well could die.
And while those medications prevent her body from rejecting her donor's kidney, they've had an unwelcome consequence. Her immune system is practically non-existent. That means her odds of fighting off infections are low, odds that no one wants in the middle of a pandemic. But what about the vaccine? Well, Elizabeth is part of a study that allowed her to get a 3rd COVID vaccine, but so far, because of her medications, her body hasn't been able to produce any antibodies.
I wasn't surprised because the type of medication that I'm on prevents you from producing antibodies. In fact, my transplant nephrologist in San Antonio, which is a kidney doctor, told me that she would be surprised if I did make antibodies.
This means, in spite of 3 COVID vaccines, she has 0 immunity against it.
I think my worst fear in all of this, the whole kidney failure and, COVID and Delta and all that stuff is leaving my family. My family is the most important thing in the world to me, and I don't want them to go through any strife on my part.
This journey has been harrowing, but she's not going through it alone.
My husband is just the most wonderful man in the world. I think it's harder for my son. He's 15. I think thinking that, mom is sick or in the hospital is scary for any child.
And with virtually no immunity against COVID on her own, Elizabeth's health and safety are at the mercy of those who can mask up and who can get the vaccine.
I feel like we have an obligation to protect our fellow man and our community members, our families, our children. But, you can only control what you can control.
So she'll continue to use a mask and socially distance, and she'll continue to hope others will do the same.